Got it. I got it.
Okay, we have a few more people in the waiting room. I will admit them to see how many
Okay.
we have now. Yeah, there. 30.
Got it.
Yeah. Bianca, are you still there? Yes, I
Yes, I
see.
am. I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you wait for a few minutes? Can you stay and I will admit them?
Sure, it's no problem.
I don't know if you can. I'm wondering if you can admit.
Yeah, it's
You can't. You cannot, right?
no, I can't unless you put
That's
me as
okay.
the co-host.
That's yeah. That's okay. I will. We have 9 slots to go, right, MB? So
Yes.
2 minutes to go, 9 slots. So we'll take care. 8 slots. We're going down. Okay, 1 minute. Okay. Shall we? Are you ready to go? Can I start?
Sure.
So you can start recording. Boa tarde, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our EnglishGAP, English for Graduate Application Purposes program. É um prazer estar com vocês. Vou fazer uma introdução rápida em português, para depois fazermos a transição para o inglês. Sejam todos bem-vindos. Eu sou Annelise Zandona Hoffman, sou a Country Coordinator do Education USA. Se vocês estão aqui hoje, vocês já tiveram o nosso atendimento, conhecem o nosso trabalho. Education USA é a rede que está espalhada pelo Brasil com informações sobre oportunidades de estudos em ensino superior nos Estados Unidos. Somos a fonte oficial de informações, somos ligados ao Departamento de Estado americano. Temos uma rede de 41 escritórios espalhados pelo Brasil. Muitos de vocês, é um grande prazer ver aqui, sei, por acompanhar as inscrições, foi um grande sucesso, né, a inscrição para esse programa. Participação de pessoas do Brasil todo, de diferentes instituições, diferentes cantos desse nosso país, interessados em aprimorar seu inglês. Esse é um programa que estamos fazendo com a participação da professora Mary Gord Harman, diretamente de Baltimore, em Maryland, nos Estados Unidos, que vai estar com vocês nessa primeira sessão de hoje. Nós temos 2 sessões do EnglishGAP hoje. Essa é o módulo 2, TOEFL and GRE Preparation, e a segunda, que será às 19 horas, é o Language Foundation, vai ser a segunda sessão já desse módulo, né? Coincidiu que nós estamos com 2 hoje. Então, eu vou passar a palavra para Mary, aqui com quase 40 pessoas participando, que é a capacidade do Zoom. Quem não alcançou a entrar aqui vai poder assistir a sessão no YouTube, sendo transmitida ao vivo. E depois teremos a gravação também disponível para vocês, para voltarem nos conteúdos. Tenham uma ótima aula, uma boa tarde a todos. MB, the floor is yours. Welcome to our session. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Hi. How are you doing? Yeah, it's good to see you. So welcome to the TOEFL and GRE test preparation class. This is for the EnglishGAP, as NLEC mentioned. It's so good to see you. And we're going live on YouTube. I've never done that before. So welcome. This is the first time for me, and maybe the first time for you to be on YouTube live, right? Make sure your hair looks okay. Make sure you're looking good. All right. So my name is Mary Birch Harmon. You'll see that a lot of people call me just MB. And what we're going to do today is look at a couple different things about the TOEFL test and look specifically at the speaking part of the TOEFL test. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen and we are going to look at the PowerPoint for today. All right, so let's get started. All right, so welcome again. This is the TOEFL for GRE test prep class. Hopefully you're not feeling like the girl in this picture, getting really panicked about the TOEFL test, but I'm glad you're here to maybe learn some tips and tricks to get better for the TOEFL test. All right, so as I said, my name is Mary Birch Harmon, and you'll hear a lot of people just call me MB. Mary Birch is my first name. It's a little confusing, but you can just call me MB. It's really easy. It's so nice to meet you and so nice to see you today. So today we're going to do a little bit about getting to know me. Maybe you've come to some of my other classes, so maybe you know a little bit about me, but we're going to try something new today, and we're going to try to get to know me a little bit more. And then you're going to practice with a partner so that you can get to know them a little bit, okay? We're also going to learn a little bit about this class overall. So we have 11 sessions together for the TOEFL prep and the GRE prep. So I'm going to tell you how that's broken down over these 11 classes. And then I'm going to talk specifically about the speaking test, okay? So we will go over some practice tests today, and hopefully we'll have time to practice with a partner today, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is get to know me a little bit more. And like I said, some of you know me a little bit because you've been in some of my other sessions. So I switched it up. We're going to try something new. So I wrote 5 sentences about my life, okay? You have to decide which one comes first, which one comes second, which one third, fourth, and fifth, okay? If you don't know, of course you would have no idea, right? You're just gonna guess. You're just gonna guess. And you can put your answers in the chat, and then we'll try to check those answers together, okay? So is everybody okay? You got it? Yeah? Okay. So there are 5 sentences. You'll see that they have letters in front of them. What you have to do is put them in order. They are not in order right now, okay? So you can put the letters of the whatever order you think in the chat, and then we'll check it together. All right, let's see what she said. All right, so the first one says, MB went skydiving in New Zealand. MB took a writing course to learn how to write a memoir, to write a book. MB was the director of an English language program here in Baltimore, Maryland. MB volunteered in an orphanage in Salvador and Bahia in Brazil. And MB lived in Australia to do her master's degree. So what do you think? So choose the letter and choose which one you think comes first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. It's a stretch, I know, but if you can guess, okay? I'll give you a moment. Good guesses. All right, if you want to put the letters in the chat, please do. Thank you for your guesses so far. I'll give you one more minute. Good guesses. I like it. Good guesses. All right, I'm going to come back to you and I'm going to put these sentences in the chat. And then we're going to decide which one happened first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. All right, so here are the sentences, right? And thank you for your guesses. All right, so quite a few of you are saying it looks like maybe R came first. Looks like that's a common one. So R says, MB took a writing course to learn how to write a memoir, to write a book. How many people think that that is number one? Yeah? Yeah? It's not number one, I'm sorry. Any other guesses for number one? I kind of gave you a hint in the order that I put it in. So let me say that again. I kind of gave you a hint in the order that I put it in. Good job, Cecilia. Good job. Good job. Good job. Right. So you got it. So P came first. Yes, I really did go skydiving in New Zealand. No, I would never do it again in my life. Okay. All right. So P, yes, I went skydiving in New Zealand. That's number one. All right. What do you think? Now that you have the number one, what do you think is number two? What do you think? Yeah, so a lot of different guesses. Oh, wow. You got it right. X is next. Yeah. I lived in Australia to study for my master's to teach English. Yeah, I really did. And yes, I would live there again. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful place to live. Yeah, good job. All right, so how about number three? What do you think happened next? Let's see. Good guesses, good guesses. Yeah. All right, so I see a lot of you are guessing very similarly. You're right, it is letter Q. And I did live in Salvador and I worked in an orphanage for 6.5 months. Yes, that's next. You got it. Good job. All right, you have two more. You can get it. What do you think happens next? Hi, Lena. Or Lenny. Yeah. What do you think happens next? How would you have any idea, right? Yeah, next is, it's actually H. H is next. Yeah. Yeah. So the last one is R. So H, yes, I worked at a program here in Baltimore. I was the director of a program for English language students. We had students from all over the world. And I used to work there before R, which is when I took a writing class to learn about writing a book. I just did that in January. All right, so you just learned 5 things about me. Do you have any questions? Any questions? Nothing?
Hello, everybody. My name is Shilia. I would like to question when you have been in Japan, studying in Japan, because it said that in the last class.
Good job. Good job. When did I live in Japan? I lived in Japan in the 90s. I'm going to show you my age.
Oh.
From 93 to 96. And later, I lived in Japan again from 2001 to 2008. Long time. Long time. Yeah. Thanks
That's
for
nice.
asking. Thank you for asking. Yeah, good question.
Thank you.
Good question. When did I live in Salvador? I lived in Salvador in 2010. Yeah, 11 years ago. Yeah, good question. What else? What's my favorite place in Salvador? I really liked to go to the beach. I lived right near the beach, and I went there as often as possible. Near Fajol de Baja. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. I went there a lot. Yeah. All right. Where in the world would I like to live? I don't know where my next destination is, but somewhere new. Yeah, I hope somewhere new. Can I speak Portuguese with a Baiano accent? Can I speak Portuguese is the question. I have to study. Yeah, my Portuguese is only a little bit. Yeah, maybe someday. Yeah. What's my favorite Brazilian food? I really liked feijoada, and I can't eat a lot of seafood because I'm allergic, but feijoada was always delicious, and always delicious with plantains. I forgot what you call it. Bananas. Bananas. What do you call it? Bananas.
Split?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's a dessert made of ice cream and banana.
It's like bananas. We say plantains in English. I have to think of the word. I can't remember.
Banana da terra.
You
Ah,
did.
oh.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Do I think Portuguese is a hard language? I think the verbs are really hard. I think the verbs are really hard. I always make mistakes. Yeah. Yeah. Good question. Okay, so if you have other questions, you're welcome to ask. While we're in class, we're going to be together for 11 weeks. So please ask me. If you come to my other classes, please ask me. I'm happy to hear from you. What I thought we could do is, do you think you can write 3 things about yourself right now? Can you do it? So I told you 5 things about me. Can you write 3 things about your life in any order? And then you're going to challenge a partner to decide which one comes first, second, and third. Can you do that? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to stop talking for a moment. What you're going to do is think of 3 things in your life, 3 things, and you can write them down if you want. And then you're going to be matched to a partner, and you're going to tell your partner, and they're going to try to decide which happened first, which happened second, and which happened third. Okay? I'll give you 2 minutes to think. Just think for a moment. And we'll see what we can do. Okay, how are you feeling? You got it? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, so what you're going to do next is, if you're not familiar with Zoom breakout rooms, what's going to happen is I'm going to open the rooms. There's a link that will come up on your screen. You can click that link. You'll be matched with a partner. Say hello to your partner, and then you're going to read your sentences to them, and then they're going to guess what happens first, second, and third. And then you switch, and then we'll come back and we'll get ready for our class. Okay? See what you can do. Try your hardest. Don't worry if your English is not perfect. That's okay. Just try your best. Okay? Here we go. Here we go. Good luck. And if you're watching us on YouTube live, it's good to see you. Thanks so much for coming. We're sorry that you couldn't make it into the room, but please use any information that you get today and any of the handouts that were given out today. And please, we hope to see you next time. Okay? Yeah. So I'm going to go to the rooms and see, and the recording will follow me so you can see what's happening in the rooms. Okay. I'll see you.
Hi, Nelise. You listen me?
Oh, hi, Cecilia. We are online. We are live now. You have a question? You didn't go to the session, to the breakout rooms?
Yeah, I tried, but it wasn't works. Like nobody show up in my break room.
Oh, okay. Yes. Vocês não estão conseguindo ir para a sala?
Hi, Annelise. Hi, Lucas.
Hold on a second, okay?
Hi, Lucas. You listen me? I can hear you. Sorry.
You might need to configure your microphone. So did you get instructions from MB?
Yes.
To let her know, because I don't have the the system doesn't allow me to put you in a breakout room, okay? Because she did that as a host in the webinar.
Okay.
So I'm not able to do that. Might be that entered a little later. I don't know. We will figure that out. But at least you are here. You should stay here. Don't lose the connection. Were you able to do what she requested? You have the 3 things?
Yeah, I do. Can I
So
start?
where are you? Are you in São Paulo, Cecília? You are in one of the Institutos Federais.
I'm from IFSP, but I live in Avaré.
Okay. And how about you, Lucas? Oh, sorry. Yeah, you couldn't get your mic on. Oh, I wonder why. So what do you teach, Cecilia, if you don't mind asking?
I'm a history teacher.
Good.
Okay, nice. Instituto Federal do Mato Grosso. Which city?
Okay, let's see.
Juína. Okay, nice.
Juína, wow. So you were both from Instituto Federal. We have many students, many teachers from Institutos Federais that are here. That's great. Yeah, this is a great opportunity. Did you attend the first class?
Yes.
Wednesday? Good. Oh, so you are still in Ubatuba. Hi, MB. We got 2 students here that couldn't make it to the rooms. I don't know why.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay, but Cecilia.
It's okay.
Hi.
Both of them
Hi,
are teachers at Instituto Federal in São Paulo and Mato Grosso, right?
Okay. So let's see. Oh, I see what happened. I'm so sorry. Okay, you went to a room by yourself. I'm sorry. I didn't catch that.
Okay.
So the students are I'm going to close the rooms right now, and I will fix that when we do breakout rooms again. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Were you able to share in this room?
I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like, can I say that aloud?
Sure.
Okay. It's not the first, but at first, I got pregnant.
Okay.
Second, but not second, I took my master's degree at Fiocruz.
Okay.
And third, but not third, I've been traveling for 2 years straight.
Wow. All right. So if anyone heard Cecilia's sentences and you want to guess which came first, which came second, which came third, any guesses? You can put it in the chat if you want. And Cecilia, you're going to have to correct us.
Yes, okay.
I'm going to say... All right, Cecilia,
okay.
You going to tell us?
Yes, no bar say the right thing. Nobody. At first, I took my master's degree at Fiocruz. in 2013.
Nice.
And after my master's degree, I did my concourse to be a teacher in Brazil, and nobody calls me. And I was traveling in USA and Mexico and Guatemala, and somebody called my mom and told me like, Cecilia should come and take this teacher's job if she wants. And I come since that.
I love it.
So CAB.
Thank you so much for sharing with the group. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
All
welcome.
right. All right, everyone. How did you do? We good at guessing? Yeah. It's pretty impossible, right? It's today's improv. Oh, your sentences were too easy to guess. All right. Well, it was just a way to get to know your partner a little bit and maybe get to know something more about them by asking questions about what they wrote, right? So hopefully you got a chance to talk to them afterwards and talk a little bit more about what they said. All right. So I thought we would just do that to get to know each other because we will be together for 11 weeks. And I think it's a fun way to get to know each other and just have a chance to share some ideas together. Okay. Any questions before we move on? You all right? Okay. All right. So here we go. We are going to go back to the PowerPoint. And what we're going to do today. So you did this. So I want to tell you a little bit about the class overall. So the focus of this class is to improve your TOEFL and your GRE test scores, all right? And hopefully in this class, you'll get to know some test taking practices or some tips, which will help you get better scores. And I hope overall, you'll learn some basic tips for how to approach the test and how to be more successful in each section, all right? For the TOEFL test, I'm focusing on the speaking and the listening. And for the GRE, I'm focusing on the analytical writing and the verbal section, all right? So if you look at, this is how I scheduled it out. This is probably what you saw when you saw the advertisement for this class. So we'll spend 3 classes on the TOEFL speaking test, 3 classes on the TOEFL listening test, and then 2 classes on the analytical writing of the GRE, and 3 classes on the GRE verbal. If you're madly writing down this information, I do have a paper for you at the end. So you're welcome to take notes, but you also receive a document at the end which has all of this information, okay? So you can attend classes live like you are right now or on YouTube. As you know, the first 40 students get into class, the rest go over to YouTube, okay? And the materials will be on the Google Drive as well as the recordings, all right? And there will also usually be a document or a handout given out at the end of class, which has a lot of information for you. Some of that information we cover in class, and some of it is resources that we use outside of class, okay? So just to give you an overall picture of what we're going to be doing in this class. If I start talking too fast, please stop me, all right? And if I start going too fast through some information, please stop me, all right? So, so the style of this class, as you can already see, it's very interactive. I think it's a good opportunity for you to practice English with me, but also with your partner. Okay, and maybe every week you will have a different partner to talk to. And it's just another way to make you feel a little more comfortable using your English and practicing for this test, for these 2 tests, okay? You can learn together, we can learn together as a group, we can practice together, and then you can practice with your partner. That's my hope for how the 1 hour will go each week, okay? And then the handout that you receive at the end, the handout is just a paper that I give you. They'll have lists of resources at the end, which you are welcome to practice with outside of class, okay? Please bring your questions every week if you have questions. MB, why did you put this there? I don't understand this resource. Whatever it is, if you have questions, I'm here to help, okay? And just thinking about your expectations and my expectations of you, just to try your best, ask questions when you don't understand. Remember that I don't know your level because this is open to everyone. So if I'm going too basic and you're like, MB, we know this, okay? Maybe we start basic and then we're gonna get a little more difficult, okay? If I go too high, you have to tell me we don't understand or I don't get this, okay? Because I'm just trying to shoot somewhere in the middle so we can all understand, we can all help each other, okay? And please, this is live, I am real, and I'm happy to help you as we're going through, okay? I hope you also will learn some new strategies. One thing about taking the TOEFL test and the GRE is to learn strategies about how to be successful in the test. I have never taken the TOEFL test, but I have taken the GRE test. And I wish someone had helped me with the GRE test before I took it. So I hope I can help you learn some new tips and some new ways to approach it, okay, for both tests. You'll always have practice with a partner, and I hope you get the chance to meet new people and make new friends while you're here. And of course, I hope you have fun too, okay? What do you already know about the TOEFL speaking test? I'm gonna come back to you, but just think about that for a moment. What do you already know? We're gonna focus on the speaking test today. What do you already know about it? Any thoughts? I know nothing, yeah? Okay.
I know that the TOEFL test is divided in 4 tests nowadays because it changed.
Right.
So it's changed over time. I think that there is a question that is open, so you can share your opinion, disagree, or agree type of questions.
Okay.
And I know that is a second thing that is a change on campus. So they announce it, and then you have to describe, and that is a listen passage, and the person is agreeing or disagreeing with what the reading passage said, and then you have to state the personal opinion,
Right.
and then you have also, I don't remember, a lecture, right? So there is a lecture, and I don't know the other one, but it's something like that.
I'm gonna let you teach the class. Because you know everything about the test. Right, you got it.
I've been like, oh my God, I have to learn the structure because that is the only way that I'm gonna get the score that I need.
Right, good point, good point. Thanks so much for sharing that. Thank you so much. Anyone else know anything about the test?
It's very hard to we're saying the speaking part, yes. It's very hard when the bus starts and you have to speak.
Right.
So I got a lot of nervous.
Right.
Very, very nervous. I took
Right.
the test once.
Right. Okay, thanks for sharing that. Okay, so we're gonna think about and we're gonna practice so that you don't feel so nervous, I hope, okay? I think the more you practice and with me in the room or with your friends or with an English speaker, the more you get comfortable with it, the more you will feel like, oh, okay, now I know what's going to happen next. And it won't be, hopefully, won't be as much of a panic. Yes. But yes, when you're first doing it, it's overwhelming, I think. Yeah. All right. Any other things that you know about the test? You good? Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to go through some of the main points of the speaking test, and then today we're going to focus on one part of it. Okay, so let's go back to our PowerPoint and see what we think. All right, so thanks so much for sharing your ideas. All right, so the overall purpose of the speaking test, just so you know, is to determine how well you'll be successful in speaking English in an academic setting. All right. It is not here to torture you, even though it feels like it. But it is here to decipher, to decide whether your English level is high enough so that you could participate in and compete in an academic setting here in the US, okay? There are two different types of questions for the speaking test, okay? So today we're going to focus on one of them, but the two different types are, there's an independent speaking task, okay, which asks you to share your own ideas or your opinions to answer the question, all right? And then there's the integrated speaking task, okay, which asks you to combine information, either listening and then speaking, or listening, reading and speaking, or just reading and speaking. It's going to ask you to integrate, to put information together and to use that information to actually say something about it, all right? So some students think the independent speaking task is really difficult. Some people think that the integrated speaking task is really difficult. I hope for both of them, you'll have time to practice and you'll have time to get some tips and know how to have a better sense of how to approach each of these questions, okay? So the time, this is always the concern, right? So for the time to prepare, you might have 15 seconds or 30, up to 30 seconds, okay? And then in some cases you have 45 seconds where you have to speak, up to 60 seconds where you have to speak. In total for the speaking test, you have 17 minutes, okay? So I know that this part makes people panic. It's a really scary part of the test, but we're going to practice together and we're going to try to get you into the rhythm of how to practice for this. So we're going to hopefully get the time in control so that you don't panic about it. All right. The score. So the scorers, the people who are grading the test, are looking for three specific things, very specific things. They're looking for your delivery, which means, did you speak clearly? Did you use fluid language? And do you have a very natural tone? Okay. Secondly, they're looking at language use, which really focuses on your use of grammar. Are you using it correctly? And your use of vocabulary, okay? And finally, they're looking for your topic development. So this one means that, do you answer the question correctly? Do you give enough information to answer the question? And are you clear with that information? Okay, so it's these three things that they're going to focus on the most. And these three things you should have in your heads to get ready to check in your answer when you're practicing on your own, to check when you're with a partner to see how they do. These three things are going to be the most important things, okay? The highest mark you can get for each question is 4 points, all right? The highest mark. And they're grading holistically. That means they're thinking about your delivery, they're thinking about your language use, they're thinking about your topic development overall, okay? And they're going to give you a score based on that. And then in total for each section, you might know, each section on the TOEFL test is worth 30 points. The highest points you could get on the whole test with reading, listening, speaking, and writing is 120 points, all right? So the highest points for each section is 30 points, all right? The same for speaking. Okay. How are we doing? You got it? Yeah? Okay. So let's keep going. So we're going to practice the independent speaking test today, all right? So what you're going to do is you're going to look at a speaking topic, and you will have 15 seconds to prepare and 45 seconds to answer, okay? You'll be given two situations And you have to choose which situation you think is better. Which situation you think is better? Which would you choose? Okay. And then when you choose, you're going to decide why you would choose that situation. All right. And what I've seen with practicing with other students for the TOEFL test is it's very helpful to have a format or a template for how to answer these questions. Okay. So what I did for today is I wrote out possible answers or possible ways you could start your answer, possible ways you can give your reasons for your answer, and a possible way to conclude it. Okay. So let's just look at this format to see how we might answer this question. All right, so these are some tips. Sorry, it comes after that. So use your prep time to organize your thoughts and take notes. You will always have paper to take notes on, okay? So you can always write down your thoughts immediately, okay? The other advice is not to memorize an answer. Maybe you hear something on the internet and you're like, yes, I'm going to use that answer. Do not do that. Okay. The test scorers, they're very keen and they're very smart and they're going to be checking you. So don't do that. Don't do that. You want to speak naturally. You want to use transition words if you can. And I can be more specific about those. I listed a few here. But you can use these words to show the listener that you have an idea, you have a structure to what you're saying, okay? So words like because, so, after that, on the other hand, words like this are going to show the listener, this is what I'm going to say, and this is how I'm going to say it. We use this a lot in English, and we use this to show the listener, this is my plan, okay? So I think it's this, yes. Okay, so one idea is to first say your statement. So you're gonna say, I agree or disagree, or in my opinion, blah, blah, blah is better, right? Or to me, blah, blah, blah is better, or I agree with this, all right? These are just examples, all right? If you wanna write them down in your notebook, please do. If you wanna wait until the end, these are also going to be on the handout, okay? The second part might be to use a transition sentence. So I might say, to me, blah, 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 blah is better. And then I feel this way because of many reasons. So that's already two sentences right away that you can say, all right? And those two sentences can help your listener know that they know what your opinion is, and they know that you're going to now say what the reasons are. Everybody okay with that? Yeah? Okay. So just take a look at that. I'm going to give you a little more information, and then you could start to list. So my first reason might be blah, blah, blah. Or first, I think this because of whatever, and you say your reason. If you have time, you're going to go to your second reason. I would say aim for giving at least 2 reasons why you feel that way. Okay? Try to give at least 2 reasons why you feel a certain way. Okay? So your second reason, the same sort of format. Second, I think this. Second, I feel this way. Whatever it is. Okay? And if you have time, you might say, this is my opinion about blah, 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 or something like, these are all the reasons why I feel this way. And you're going to close your little speech. Is everybody okay? Yeah. So I'm just going to go back. So it might look something like this to start. Okay. And then you're going to say maybe one sentence to say, you know, I feel this way for several reasons, for example. And then you're going to go to your first reason. And then you're going to go you're going to, if you have time, give an example. If not, go to your second reason, okay, and say why. All right. And then if you have time, you're going to close. We like to close the door, okay? Close your little speech to conclude what you said. Is everybody okay? Yeah, I'm going to come back to you for a moment. Everybody okay? Got it? Yeah. How does that feel to you? Do you think you can remember that? Yeah, maybe. I can't hear any of you, but I see a lot of you talking. Yeah. Okay, so just think of it that you're going to have this idea in your head. Okay, so I have to choose A or B, or I have to choose this one or that one, right? So you're going to say right away, I think this. You're going to make a statement right away, right? And then I think this because of many reasons. Boom. My first reason is blah. My second reason is this. And you're going to try to explain each one. If you still have time, you're going to close it. If you don't have time, don't worry about it. At least you got two reasons, very clear reasons. You got it? You got it? All right. So let's go back and we're going to try it. All right. And sorry, there's some questions. 15, is this 15?
15 seconds.
15 seconds, yes, I'm sorry. That was easy. I was thinking 15 sentences. 15 seconds is too short to take notes. So one thing that you have to remember is usually the prompt is going to read the question to you. So you have a little bit more time, all right? So as you're reading it and they're reading it to you, you can also be thinking, what's my answer? Which way do I lean? Do I agree? Do I disagree? Do I think this one's better or do I think that one's better? Okay. And I would say for your notes, you're just putting main points. I want to hit this point and this point. If you can think of two, that's fantastic. Okay. And then you're going to try to say why. You got it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Would I give you an example of how I would do it? Sure. Okay. So what I thought we could do, we have about 10 more minutes, is we can try one together. All right. Everybody okay with that? Okay. All right. So let's go back. All right. So we're going to try 15 seconds to think, 45 seconds to speak. So on the next slide is the question. And what you're going to do is I'm going to read it for you. So be thinking while I'm reading. Okay. And then I'll start the timer and you can think about what you would say. All right. Let me pull up my timer 1 second. Here we go. Okay. All right. So I'm going to read it to you. So start thinking right away. How would I answer this? All right. If you have a piece of paper, start taking notes. Just write down what your ideas are very quickly. Okay. And then we'll try to answer with a partner in 45 seconds. Okay. So just keep thinking. Here we go. So for example, some people think it's more fun to spend time with others in restaurants or cafes. Others think it is more fun to spend time with others at home. Which do you think is better? Explain why. All right, your time starts now. All right, time's up. Okay, so what we're gonna do is you're gonna go with your partner. You're gonna go with your partner. Does everyone feel okay to do that? Yeah? what you can do with your partner is set your timer, all right? And you can give each other 45 seconds to speak and give your answer, all right? Just try it. Just try it. If the formula helps you, please use the formula. If you're kind of talking all over the place, just try it for this time, okay? 45 seconds. Everybody okay? Yeah? Okay, so let me make sure that everybody has a room. Okay, here we go. Good luck. Here we go. Hi there. Hi. Can you go to your room? Hi.